Hello and welcome to our preview of the biggest AAA games set to arrive in 2023. In this video, we'll be highlighting some of the most promising games that are set to release in 2023. As we look forward to another exciting year in gaming, there are already many highly anticipated titles on the horizon. It's an exciting time to be a gamer, as there are many highly anticipated titles on the horizon from some of the biggest studios in the industry. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the most promising AAA games set to release in 2023. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and leave a comment letting us know which game you're most excited for in 2023. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all the latest gaming news and reviews. Without further ado, let's dive into the biggest AAA games coming in 2023. Forespoken. Release date, January 24th, 2023. After several delays and many trailers, and even a demo to show it off, we are nearly ready to welcome Forespoken to the world of gaming. The debut game from Luminous Productions, a team featuring many FFVX devs, Forespoken is a gorgeous-looking action RPG that focuses on fast and fluid traversal across a sprawling map. You play as Fry, a regular woman from New York City who gets suddenly transported to the strange land of Athia. Why is she there, and why is her cuff talking to her? It isn't long until we find out. Dead Space Remake. Release date, January 27, 2023. Horror fans are in for a treat as EA are bringing back plucky engineer turned necromorph slaying god Isaac Clarke in a fully fledged remake of the hit classic. The game has been lovingly recreated in stunning detail and incorporates a few modern elements, as well as gives Isaac an actual voice this time around. Hogwarts Legacy. Release date, February 10th, 2023. Potterheads have been desperate for an open-world game set in the wizarding world for many years, and Hogwarts Legacy looks to be delivering on that exact fantasy. Players will be able to choose their house, learn spells, and even collect fantastic beasts, all while unraveling the mystery at the heart of the story. There are also plenty of iconic locations to explore, from the bustling Diagon Alley to the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry itself. If you're the type of gamer who knows what your Patronus is, then there's no game more essential in 2023. Atomic Heart. Release date, February 21st, 2023. An intriguing one for shooter fans is the grim, yet fascinating world of Atomic Heart seems to take a fair amount of inspiration from BioShock, not an awful idea by any means. Through the use of robots built in 1931, the USSR was actually the one to overthrow Germany in World War II and create a mind-boggling timeline, and its creative FPS elements only to the overall plot. Destiny 2 Lightfall. Release date, February 28, 2023. The second-to-last Destiny 2 expansion is Lightfall, with just the final shape still to come, and players got a huge helping of footage and insight through the 2022 Game Awards. It's all set to continue the ongoing story and will be set in the new city of Neomuna. A darkness-based subclass will be added to the fray, and expect the usual helping of main story content, presumably a new raid, and a lot more.
They are, because only in the end.
Skull and Bones. Release date, March 9th, 2023. Falling under the category of a game that's been teased for a while. Skull and Bones is a third-person pirate party that sees you take control of an outcast pirate captain and live out your wildest swashbuckling fantasies. From ship battles to total pillaging, the player will need to upgrade their ship, refine their crew, craft the finest items, and round off a hard day's work with a tankard of grog.
With your new fleet and growing arsenal, create a loadout based on your personal playstyle to become a force of destruction.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Release date, March 17th, 2023. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is considered by many to be one of the best Star Wars games ever made, so a sequel was almost inevitable. Jedi Survivor continues the story of Cal Kestis and the crew of the Mantis as they fight for survival against the Empire. Set 5 years after they decided not to rebuild the Jedi Order, Survivor promises to take Cal and his friends into much darker territory, interacting with some of the shadier characters in the galaxy. There's no shortage of lore to draw from, and we can't wait to see which familiar faces from George Lucas' space opera make an appearance.
I hear you've been busy making yourself the Empire's most wanted.
Dead Island 2. Release date, April 28, 2023. After first being announced back in 2014, followed by years of development hell, Deep Silver finally showed off gameplay from the follow-up to Dead Island at Gamescom 2022, as well as announcing its long-awaited release date. In Dead Island 2, players will have the run of a zombie-infested Los Angeles, with more brutal weapons to craft and heads to pop than ever before. After almost a decade of development, a return to the series feels long overdue. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom 2. Release date, May 12, 2023. With the original being one of the most critically acclaimed games of all time, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom might just be the most hyped game of 2023. Gamers fell in love with Nintendo's reimaging of the classic franchise back in 2017, and they're still making new discoveries to this day. Another gorgeous version of Hyrule is on the cards, as Link will be able to take to the skies and push the creative boundaries even further with regard to exploration and combat. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Release date, May 26, 2023. For the fifth entry in the critically acclaimed Batman Arkham series, Rocksteady are shifting the focus away from the Caped Crusader and onto his rogues gallery. This time around, players step into the shoes of Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark, and can switch between them at will. The Suicide Squad has been tasked with hunting down the formerly heroic Justice League, who are under the influence of Brainiac. It should offer up a fresh perspective on the Arkham universe, as well as the hard-hitting combat the games are known for.
Hey, Bruce! Still using shadows to scare the crap out of us criminals, huh? Don't sweat it. Batman doesn't kill people. Are you okay?
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Diablo 4. Release date, June 6, 2023. It's hard to believe that there hasn't been a mainline release in the Diablo series since 2008, so it's no surprise that fans are chomping at the bit for Diablo 4 to finally drop. But Blizzard aren't resting on their laurels for our next descent into hell. Diablo 4 will launch with nearly 150 dungeons to hack, slash and loot through, as well as revamped endgame thanks to the Paragon system. There's also more character customization than the series has seen to date, so you can tailor your warrior and get truly immersed in the dark, mysterious world. Final Fantasy XVI. Release date, June 22, 2023. Final Fantasy is one of the most iconic series that gaming has to offer, with a legacy spanning 35 years. Even this far down the line, a new entry generates a ridiculous level of anticipation, so expect Final Fantasy XVI to be a huge deal when it finally arrives. Square Enix are going back to the franchise's roots this time around, taking on a medical setting and abandoning the fully open-world formula of its predecessor. However, it will still retain the flashy real-time combat that has become the norm in recent years.
Revenge is a weapon. I sometimes wonder if I am controlling it, or if it's controlling me. To the truth that awaits me, I will press on.
Starfield. Release date, early 2023. Few games have received the sheer hype that Starfield has. Bethesda's sci-fi epic has been in development for at least 6 years and promises to take the studio's unique brand of RPGs into the stars. In an experience that director Todd Howard described as Skyrim in space. There will be around 1,000 planets and moons to explore, chock full of enemies to kill, loot to find, and wildlife to discover. It's easily Bethesda's most ambitious project to date, and it's sure to be one of 2023's biggest releases when it arrives on Game Pass.
land into Atlantis, but you can also land and explore anywhere on the planet. And it's not just this planet, it's all the planets in the system. From barren but resource-heavy ice balls to Goldilocks planets with life. And not just this system, but over 100 systems. Over 1,000 planets, all open for you to explore. We can't wait to see what you find.